Chapter 3. No thing is physically permanent in existence. Changing universe. In this world, everything is changing. Everything is time dependent. Nothing is permanent. A baby is born, he becomes an adult with time. He becomes old and finally leaves this world at the ripe age or at any age due to unforeseen reasons. The same happens with plants, animals, and all creatures of existence. These may be living or non living. So, nothing is permanent in this existence. Everything is time bound. If one looks closely, he finds everything is moving. Nothing is static. In fact, what looks static is also moving. Earth, moon, planets, etc., are always in movement at different paces. Every living and non living entity has some period of existence. After that, it gets dissolved and appears in a different shape and size. Living beings appear with evolved and changed manifestations. In this existence, planets, Earth, Moon, stars, and planetary bodies are moving around their own axis and around other bodies in a very complex and systematic manner. Atoms of material and even the electrons are also moving. Nothing is static. Then how can any living or non living thing be permanent in existence? This is a changing universe. Unmoving static part. When everything is in motion in existence, then there must be some unmoving static part around which rotation takes place. It must be similar to the axle wheels of a vehicle which rotate around the hub. Otherwise, the vehicle cannot operate. In the same way, in existence, there must be a stable axle like arrangement around which huge stars, celestial bodies, and planets rotate. What is this miracle? This is the unknown mysterious mystery of existence. Transit point. It is surprising to know that one cannot put his foot in the same river or moving water twice. By the time you put your feet again, a lot of river water must have passed. The water would have changed. This is because every body is in motion and nothing is static. The atoms and electrons of our feet must have changed or reoriented since every living and non living thing is in motion. Basically, the whole configuration alters over time. The same happens in every walk of life, nature, and in the whole existing creation. Everything is in transit. Nothing is physically permanent without nano or micro alterations. Going further into depth, we find everything changes very fast since atoms, electrons, and our whole surrounding, including ourselves, are in motion. Our Earth is in motion around other planets and around its own axis. Cells, atoms, and electrons move and change, so our mind changes, thinking changes. And then, how can our relationships remain stable and permanent with each other? Kiosk in existence. That is the reason there are social kiosks and warlike situations all the time, since any strong existing thought can very easily modulate the thinking of others over time. Nothing is under the control of human beings for a long time, as basic cell configurations are altering very fast. Being not permanent is the cause of complete mess in existence, in our life and in death. So, a basic query arises. What must be done to live in peace and handle this continuously changing situation and arrangement in existence? What is permanent? If we think deeply, then we can perceive that there must be some permanent identity in this existence. Otherwise, this complex movement would not be viable. The permanent must be self driven, which does not depend on an external source of energy. This permanent identity is human consciousness for human beings and the consciousness of other living beings. That is living creatures and the plant kingdom. Their existence revolves around their individual consciousness. Consciousness is divinity. It is permanent. It does not change but manifests with enhancement of subtle virtues. Consciousness does not participate in any activity, it is the observer. However, without its presence, nothing moves. It is a self driven catalytic identity. It is divine force. It has no beginning and no end. It is permanent eternity. Significance of consciousness. For planets, stars, and other celestial bodies, their permanent identity is their cosmic consciousness and universal consciousness. Their existence revolves around this cosmic consciousness or universal consciousness. Every consciousness is self driven. They don't need an external source of energy for any support. Planetary sky body motion occurs around its cosmic or universal consciousness, as these are permanent and unchanging. So all of them are able to retain their complex movement like wheels around an unmoving axle. Similarly, physical bodies, cells, atoms, and electrons retain their movement around permanent human consciousness. Human consciousness, after manifestation, can merge with cosmic or universal consciousness and can witness the movement of celestial bodies in an unknown, mystical, complex manner. Conclusion. In this existence, nothing is permanent except consciousness, which is self driven without any source of external energy. All other bodies, planets, human beings, creatures, and the plant kingdom have limited life within a complex changing pattern. Their movement around their respective permanent consciousness keeps the pattern revolving until their inner energy lasts. If their proximity to their permanent consciousness increases, then their longevity will be relatively higher. In short, the unknown mysterious mystery of existence, life, and death is understood as if all these revolve around their respective consciousnesses in a very complex manner, since any type of consciousness represents a permanent identity that does not take part in any activity. It is a live observer for activities of all living and non living creatures of existence. It is divine miracle, it is divine force. In short, except for consciousness, nothing is permanent in existence.